The facade of the retail store cum factory is itself styled on a chocolate bar. A strong aroma of chocolate welcomes you in, and inside is a dream come true for chocolate lovers. You are spoiled for choice. Chocolate as bars, tablet, bonbon, palette, truffle, gelato, a world of endless confection. If so far you went gaga over Swiss, Belgian or French chocolate, it is time you discovered Indian craft chocolate that has already won 17 coveted international awards. Founder Chaitanya Muppala is on a mission to take Indian craft chocolate made in India by Indians for Indians and for the world.
Trying to establish for the world that chocolate is something that grows on a tree and not something that comes from the fridge or the supermarket. At the same time, we're also trying to shatter this fascination that we've been having with European tags of Belgian and Swiss and French, and trying to create a reputation for Indian cacao that we can make world-class, award-winning, international standard chocolate with Indian cacao.
What makes Manam chocolate unique is that it is not just a bean to bar story. Manam, which in Telugu means us or we, sources its cacao from farmers in Andhra Pradesh, West Godavari. At the world's second largest fine flavor fermentary, proprietary processes are used to develop every flavor and complexity from the bean itself instead of through additives. A QR code on every chocolate product tells you where the cacao came from, traceable to the farmer growing it. Contrast that with European chocolate that gets its cacao from Ivory Coast in Ghana, an inequitable history of colonizer and colony there.
The attempt is to get complexity and flavor from the bean and express that through various techniques of craft in chocolate, as against commodity or industrial cacao, which makes for industrial chocolate, where the attempt is to wipe the bean clear of everything but the fat, where the value is in that bean, and induce the flavor through industrial process or additive. When we roast the bean, we're trying to create a balance of bitterness, astringency, and acidity. And once you crack this, you get what we call nibs. And nibs are the starting point of making chocolate. Quite palatable and yummy because it's a fine flavor cacao bean. The same nib that would have made your favorite Belgian chocolate, you wouldn't have been able to eat because that would be acrid and bitter and it's commodity cacao. So here our attempt is to lean on the bean that we are developing at our sister concern, which is Distinct Origins, where we are trying to use science and technology to create a fine flavor bean with the genetics of industrial cacao, which has largely been what we've been growing in India. So this is the fat of the bean. Nearly 50% of the cacao bean is fat, and this is where all the money is at in that bean. And more often than not, the chocolate that you buy in the supermarket doesn't have this fat. This fat is extracted and sent to other countries where they have laws on how much cacao fat chocolate needs to have. And in India, we often consume what is known as compound, which is where this really expensive and good fat gets replaced with a cheap hydrogenated vegetable oil. All of our chocolate is traceable down to the tree. A lot of our tablets, which are what we call our barks, have the farmer's name printed on them. We have QR codes that if you scan, it will take you to that farm. It will tell you who grew that cacao, the cacao in that exact bar.
Okay.
And a lot of the way this place is designed is also to connect back to the craft that you can't see. So there are three things that you can see here. One is, of course, that this cacao is something that we know from before it was a flower. That we travel with it from pollination to drying through very evolved post-harvest processing. Here we convert that cacao bean into chocolate that people can see, and then we convert that chocolate into these 300 different products, which we call a world of endless confection.
Everything that is sold here is made here, and visitors pour in not just to buy but also to experience how Indian cacao turns into Indian craft chocolate. There is a chocolate lab where you can choose your ingredients and customize it and even put your name on it.
I'm in love with chocolate. They also display the chocolate factories, which I found super interesting because not many people do that at all. Even in US, I come from US, they don't do that at all. No chocolate factories are displayed. Everything's hidden. So I like to see that the chocolate here is being made fresh and amazing. I like seeing the recognition that the farmers get too. And
we have been to multiple chocolate factories in US and we are so proud to have this in our home country. People bring chocolates from US to India, but this time we are going to change it completely. This Manam has inspired us to take chocolates from here to US. Everything crafted in India.
Over the next 3 years, Manam Chocolate plans to be in multiple metro cities across the country and also become a global brand. 300 varieties in 50 different categories, and all of that made of Indian cacao grown in West Godavari. So if you love chocolate or have read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, this is the dream place to come. In Hyderabad with camera person Nagraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.